Life is made up of experiences. Experiences shape our perspectives and allow us to pass along knowledge. In this podcast, I sit down with listeners like you and find out that no matter who you are, everyone has a story to tell. I'm Ethan Smith, and this is Life Experienced. Picking up the pieces after a war in your hometown is an experience one never forgets. Last week, Duro Bjegovic shared his experiences following the Croatian War for Independence and how he held on to his dream of playing basketball throughout. As Duro finished his time playing basketball in junior colleges across the United States, he received a scholarship offer to play at Sacramento State University in California. Duro recalls that playing in a Division I program was much different than his previous experiences. I suppose compared to your experiences that far playing in the junior colleges and the prep school, how is it different once you got to the college?
Well, it's way more demanding. I mean, a lot of people think these kids, who get scholarships, oh, it's a free ride. Ethan, it's not a free ride, dude. How much you practice, it's like you're a professional. It's like you're playing an NBA. I mean, plus you have to go to school. I mean, school, like they say, school comes first. You can't. I mean, especially in these low, in this. This was not great, big school, but they respected school a lot, So we practiced like professionals. Plus, between the classes, you had to go to school every day. I mean, they pay you, they give you a free ride, full scholarship, but you earn it, man. You earn it the hard way, because I remember preseason. I'm not even kidding you. I call him a little bit a crazy coach. He was a good guy, but he had some basketball methods that I really didn't agree with. I swear to God, in preseason, we practiced. He would wake us up at 5 in the morning, 5:30. We would go to practice at 6. We would have practice for 3 hours. I'm not kidding you. Then I would go to classes for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you have to go to weights. And then after weights, you have another afternoon practice. And between that, you probably have some classes as well. So we've been doing that in preseason for a while. For a while. I mean, I was tired, man. It's basically you get a full ride, but trust me, you have to earn it.
Yeah, it sounds very demanding.
It is, because your whole day is basically programmed. There's no going on the sides and doing the crazy stuff. Not a lot.
So when it came time to decide what you wanted to do after you graduated, what was that process like, and what did you end up doing?
Well, there was no question for me. I still had passion for the game. I was only 23 years old. The one option is keep playing basketball, which of course I wanted, and the other option is maybe to try to stay in US and find a job, which I wasn't prepared for. I felt like there's more passion for the game in me than just go find a job and settle up. So I decided to play basketball after professionally in Europe.
Did you come back to Croatia first and then look around for clubs? Were you in communication with any of them, or how did that work?
Yes, how it works, it's basically I went back home. Some agents that I know about finding me a club. Actually, one American that actually also helped me in US. I was working with him for a while, but we couldn't find any good offers, so I had to change the agent. In the meanwhile, I played Division II for my hometown, that plays in Division II at that time. I played to stay in shape and stuff like that. And then the first offer came from Austria, Gissing. But I had to do, now you're going to hear the story. I had to do 2 tryout games. First game, you can find the stats. I can send you later. First game I played 12 minutes. I had 14 points. First game I played Thursday. We played the next one Sunday. We win the game against the team they lost to by 20 points the week before. I mean, everybody's happy. Everything's great, So I played first game Thursday, and then we played the cup game Sunday. Sunday, third quarter, I'm playing again. Great. 14 points, 15 points in 12 minutes or something like that. Third quarter comes, I go with the back technique to the basket, and I land awkwardly, and I twist my ankle like crazy, and it gets all blown out. This happened day before I was supposed to sign the contract. So I twisted my ankle on Sunday, and I was supposed to sign the contract Monday. So guess what happens? That's business of basketball. I don't get the contract.
Yeah.
I go home with a twisted ankle,
Yeah.
which is about the size of an, I won't say, like about two baseball balls on the side. It's
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, yeah. So it was a tough break for sure at the start of my career.
With another injury threatening Duro's career, he would have to consider all of his options. After receiving excellent medical care for his ankle injury and returning to his hometown in Croatia, he almost gave up. Almost.
I went back to my hometown, and I was honestly rethinking everything. Like, man, it's like I can't catch a break. It's like maybe I should just quit. And then for 2 months, I actually haven't played a lot of basketball for a while. And I was thinking, okay, maybe it's over. And then I know exactly what happened. I walked into the gym. As soon as I start shooting, moving, I was like, ah, crap. It's coming back, man. It's coming back. I can't leave like I can't stop. And it was the best decision after that, and I mean, basically I got back to training. I started loving again, and I actually decided to go lower leagues, just to play somewhere for a year. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter how much money, it doesn't matter anything. Just okay, I just want to play 1 year, And I think that's what a lot of players also, even Americans, make a mistake. They're always thinking about, how much is the money, how much is this, how much is that. First thing you got to do is find a good place for you where you play. Just play, just be yourself, and then everything else will take care of yourself, And that's what I did. After that, I went to Germany, lower league. I had a great season there. About, I don't know how I played, about 27 points a game, even though I came at a half season. But the team wasn't doing the greatest. We tried to get them back to the playoffs and stuff, but I came too late. And what also other players don't understand when they come from US, they think it's all about the stats. It's not all about the stats. It's all about if your team is winning. You can score 40 points a game, but your team is dead last. You're not going to get a contract. You're going to have a hard time finding a contract as well, because everybody wants winners on their team. So after that, I also went to Slovenia. Again, not a great deal. So a lot of ups and downs. So you get the picture. After Slovenia, I changed, and that's when I went to Italy, and now I've been playing for 4 years now in Italy, and it's been a great experience in Italy. So I'm very happy here. For 4 years now, I've been playing for 4 different clubs, actually 5, and it's great. I like Italy.
Attending basketball games in the United States can be very exciting, especially when top teams play each other or when rivals take the court. And often this means the crowd's level of engagement may have an impact on the game's outcome. In Duro's European games, however, the atmosphere can be highly different from games in the United States. More on that right after this. Over the past few months, my wife and I have been able to save some time and money and develop a whole new set of cooking skills. How did we do it? We started subscribing to EveryPlate. EveryPlate is a meal kit delivery service that's different from others you may have heard of because it only costs $5 per serving, which is about half as much as those other meal kits cost. Each meal features a recipe that's made from fresh ingredients and only takes about 30 minutes to make. The box of ingredients and recipe cards are delivered to your door each week, so all that's left for you to do is enjoy making the meals. If you'd also like to sharpen your cooking skills and enjoy recipes you want to make over and over, you can get $20 off your first box from EveryPlate by visiting lifeexperienced.org/EveryPlate. That's lifeexperienced.org/everyplate for $20 off your first delivery. Welcome back. What you're hearing right now is actual audio from one of Duro's highlight videos. This is what it sounds like in many of the games he plays in gyms across Europe. Here's what Duro had to say about the playing environment and how he adapts to it. First of all, I noticed that in some of the games, most of the crowd had noisemakers, like things that you would normally think about at a soccer game that you are not allowed in games here. So what's it like playing with just a constant drone of like noisemakers and like vuvuzelas and things like that in the stands?
Okay, I gotta go back a little bit in time, so I will tell you one interesting story, right? When
Yeah.
I was 14 years old, I played for a national team and in Croatia, and we actually went to European Championship, and I played great there. I really played great. But in the final, this was after the war, right? In the final, we are playing Serbia in the middle of Serbia, in the middle of nowhere, in this little town with the big gym, and we're playing Serbia in the final, man. So imagine this. You are a 14-year-old kid. There's about 4,000 people. But this is for maybe for US standards, this might not be big
Right,
crowd.
that's fairly small for as far as
Yes,
college
yes.
games go, but still pretty big. Yeah.
But imagine 4,000 people singing the entire game, screaming at you. Remember, this is after the war. You're a 14-year-old kid, right?
Right.
And they're screaming at you, throwing coins at you, the lighters. I mean, everything like on the court. You're a 14-year-old kid, man.
Yeah.
Now imagine that. I mean, in US, the crowds are big, but they are not crazy and loud as that. It's not even.
And they don't throw things. They generally
No. Imagine a kid and this guy is cursing you on the for the entire game, man.
Yeah.
There's one gym. Sorry, I have to tell you this story. There was one gym when I was
that's
a kid and I was 16. I was already playing for a professional team in Croatia, right? And this coach. So I'm playing with the grown guys, There was a gym in Croatia called Yazine Zadar.
Okay.
So the coach, last 5 minutes, he puts me in a game, right? And the gym is small, but it very small. But there's maybe seats for maybe 2,500 people, but they pack in maybe 3,000, 3,500, right? But the entire gym is singing. There's choreography. I mean, it's loud. It feels like there's 50,000 people. And I remember, coach, I was on the game, and the coach is literally maybe 3 feet from me, and he's trying to say something to me. Ethan, I couldn't hear a single word. I mean, and then I came closer again. I couldn't hear a single word. I was just shaking my head. Yes, yes, yes. But I didn't hear nothing, man. Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. I mean, and that's the same thing in Italy. They have sirens, people screaming. It's fun. I mean, for me in US, the crowd is more of, kind of robotic, not against nothing against American people or something.
Sure.
It's just the way you cheer. In Europe, if you write Olympiakos or Panathinaikos in Greece, you're gonna see flares in the game. You're gonna see people shouting, jumping the entire game, singing. I mean, you should really go. I'll send you the links. You can check it out later. It gets crazy, especially during the rival games. It gets crazy. So it's very fun atmosphere to play in. For me, sorry, I went way off with your. You asked me how I deal with it. I'm used to it, but when I'm in the game, I'm so focused on the game that I honestly I don't feel so much of the atmosphere. I am so focused on the game that it's you can't. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
You're just so focused on what you're doing on the court that you don't see so much of the crowd. Even though some players like to fight the crowd and all that other stuff, I'm not that type of guy. So
yeah. Duro joined me remotely from Italy for this interview, where he's in the middle of his current season. Over the past few years, he has returned home to Croatia during the off-season, where he is still working on repairs to his parents' home over 20 years after the war. I've kept up with these projects on his blog, where he provides detailed accounts and photos of the recent renovations. I asked Duro about his future and whether it involves more basketball. So you've been doing this, you've been playing basketball for 20 years. So what do you think your future looks like?
Honestly, Ethan, what I learned in the past 2-3 years is like, I don't want to plan anything. Honestly, the more I planned in my life, I want to do this, I want to, I don't know, buy a car, I don't want to do this. Life is lived day by day. I mean, you can have a general plan where you want to go with your life, but to plan everything to detail is just, it's stupid. I'm not even kidding. It's stupid because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, okay, I say now, I am 31 years old now, and I say, okay, I want to play for 10 years. Tomorrow I go, I break my knee, the career is over, you know? So what I'm trying to do now with my life is I'm just letting it go as it goes, you know, and just trying to enjoy every day that I have, you know, with basketball, because it's been a big part of my life, a big journey. It has taught me so many lessons of life. You know, people think it's just about playing basketball. No, basketball teaches you who you are, who you are as a person. It teaches you about teamwork, dedication, sacrifice. I mean, it teaches you so many things that people don't see. You know, they think it's just put the ball through the hoop. No, it doesn't work like that. There's many things you learn that are not inside the four lines. You know.
Yeah.
So to answer your question is, I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
I
That's
don't know
fair enough.
yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I have general plans, you know, I like to write my blog. I like to do many things. I'm actually into meditation now a lot, healing techniques, alternative medicine. That's what I'm kind of studying as well now. So what is going to turn out, and where I'm going to go after that, we will see.
Duro has overcome many obstacles in his life to achieve his dream of playing basketball, and I'm sure that whatever he decides to do in the future will also be productive. I hope you'll be inspired by his story to take another shot at your dreams. Life Experienced is hosted and produced by Ethan D. Smith and is primarily distributed via Anchor.fm. The show is also available via D-Sound, a decentralized audio sharing platform built on the Steam blockchain. For more information, visit dsound.audio. The music in this podcast is composed by Lee Rosevere and is used under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. For more information, visit freemusicarchive.org. If you like the show, be sure to share it with others. Links to learn more about this episode, as well as more information on the podcast itself, may be found by visiting lifeexperienced.org. And for those of you still listening, Duro had one more story about a gym he played in that I couldn't resist sharing.
Okay, I'll tell you one. I forgot to tell you, I also played in Morocco. I forgot, but that was one of the craziest fans I ever seen in my life. because these are big gyms, you know. They don't have great quality gyms, you know, but you know who comes to the games? Like at the place where I was playing, it was a friendly game. Soccer fans come. I don't know if you ever watched soccer games in Europe with the flares when, you know, 50,000 people are singing at the same time.
Yeah.
So imagine that in a basketball gym with a roof. So I come to the friendly game, man. Friendly game.
Right.
There's about 10, I don't know how many, 5,000, 6,000 people.
Yeah.
But they got flares. They got, what's the name? Like fireworks, crackers and stuff. They're throwing it all over the court. Dude, I was like, where am I, man? What is going on? And then because they put the flares in the closed gym, man. There was so much smoke inside the gym, like you're playing like there's a cloudy day, man. it
Yeah.
was it was an unbelievable experience. When I experienced that, I seen everything. It was
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's great. That's
yeah.
fantastic. I can't imagine. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And once again, I'm Ethan Smith, reminding you to get out there and experience life.